All right, let's take a deep dive into a potential warm-up on the way here as we go throughout the next 2 weeks or so. And I want to start with the Teleconnections. This is the European Ensemble North Atlantic Oscillation. When this is negative, here's zero. Going forward here through January 3rd, this is January 6th, staying negative until about January 7th, a little jump there. But when this is negative, it is colder, it is stormier. What you'll notice, though, by about January 12th, right here, look what happens. The North Atlantic Oscillation goes quite positive, and we have some warmer air as a result of that, and the storminess subsides a bit. This is a map of really the entire country here, and I'll move it down just a little bit because you can see it's kind of on the screen here a little bit shrunken there. There we go. That'll give you a better idea of what I'm looking at. And what we see is temperatures in the green and blue are below average compared to where they should be this time of year, and in the red, orange, and that brown shading. That's a scary shading right there. I'm not a fan of that. That's the really warm stuff. So let's take us out to January 3rd. We're still quite cold here. Here's our neck of the woods. You can see the cold air in place. But then, by the time we get to, right around here, this is January 6th, the first warm air begins to push in, and then it really warms up. January 10th, here we are, January 13th, 15th. Wow, look at that warmth if that verifies. Of course, that's way out in time, but the whole country is really, really mild here and above average. And that's unfortunate for snow fans like me and many who are likely tuning into this to see if there's a snow chance coming up. Okay, 500 millibar anomalies here in Heights. The blue, the green, it means basically cold and some storms. Once you get the red building in and the orange, the yellows, well, yeah, there you go. We really start to warm things up, and that is a ridge, as we call it here, and that is a ridge for Friday, January 9th. Building in the west, they begin to get a bit of a trough, and there's some colder air there, and they get the storminess, and they get to enjoy some snow while we have to battle for our snow, unfortunately. Temperatures. So this is GFS temperatures. Again, GFS not the greatest model in the world, but it gives you a general idea, and I will say the European model really agrees with this too. So we're still really cold until about January 6th, and that kind of goes with what I was talking about. You can see on January 6th, we start to warm up into the 40s. This is all next week, a lot of 40s. And then some of the guidance has us way up here into the 50s. I don't know about that 65. That's a little nuts, but you get the idea, right? The warmth is coming, unfortunately, and there's not much we can do about it. I really wish there was something, right? Another thing I want to show you here is the Arctic Oscillation. This is another one of these, where the high pressures, where the low pressures, where's everything set up here to provide blocking, which traps storms, allows the cold air in place. And yeah, big dip, as we go into the beginning of January. But there's that little positive 2.5 here. Sigma's deviations from the zero line, and that lets you know that, yeah, we're going to warm up here, and the Arctic Oscillation also is heading into a warmer phase. One more thing that we can look at here, if you want to go really long range with me, if you're crazy like that, North Atlantic Oscillation on the Euro Weeklies. So the Euro Weeklies will take us all the way into February. Here we go. It's kind of a rocky ride, but what I will say in general is the Euro Weeklies has the North Atlantic Oscillation kind of not matching up with the Euro Ensemble, which could be good if you're a snow fan, because look at this big dip we have here. Obviously getting into February, who knows by then, right? I mean, it's so far up, but there's a huge ridge here on the Euro Weeklies. The point of this video is it is going to warm up. It's going to warm up next week, and it is going to warm up pretty significantly compared to what we have had. So I apologize, snow fans. That's what we got to deal with.